T.I. is going back to back. We got the warm-up. We got the stretch out. But I'm looking at a 3-minute song. I got a feeling we're getting a full 50 Cent diss here. We're going to dive into it right here, right now. It's none other than the right one.
Did a nigga y'all scared of, man? Man, fuck this Lego head ass nigga, man. Ain't nobody studying this fuck nigga, man. Okay, they finally got the right one.
Lego head, what's he saying? 50's about to be the next villain in the Lego Batman movie?
Lego head ass nigga, man. Ain't nobody studying this fuck nigga, man. Okay, they finally got the right one. Roll some, light one, that's alright then. We'll have them for the night come. I don't like guns. I walk up on them knife some. Think he Tyson. Nigga, you ain't tough as my son. Ain't no fear here. Bitch, I'm a king and you a duck, you got no peer here. With smoke, you get your fair share. You wouldn't dare stare me in the eyes and move your dick sucker. Say that shit you say with your thumb. Boy, you's a big sucker. To me, you just a...
Okay, remember how I said the last one didn't really feel like a diss, felt like we're just stretching. We're just getting ready. Well, this is the takeoff from the blocks now. This is a lot more direct. This is going in.
Yo, dick sucker, say that shit you say with your thumb. Boy, you's a big sucker.
Say that shit you say with your thumb, you're a big sucker, because all you do is sit here and you type with your thumbs, right? Say it with your chest out. Say it out loud. Versus a baby sucking on their thumbs, you're a sucker.
To me, you just a small man in a big shell. Bitch made ass nigga need pigtails. You take no issue with them white boy. It's only our people that you find to be an eyesore. Duck and smoke, he won't even stand up for a legacy. I guess it cause he see a shit to fight for. Hey, listen, man, this shit ain't gonna go how you think it is. Down here we'll strip you out that shit, leave you with rabbit ears. And you ain't the only one with grime before you had a deal. You think you special, end up somewhere pushing daffodils. Nigga, you got less talent, you're less attractive, more average. You ain't got more motion, you just moving where it let traffic. You moved out where it rapping and they gave you a DMX pack. You ain't that savage, nigga, you 5-0 dispatch. Oh, Tender did, nigga, all mad, could puff, let your bitch have it. Gave her tartar sauce and mustard like a fish salmon. And goddamn it, if this nigga want drama, I'm not landing. Once it's up, I'm not landing. Truces is outlandish. Cause you're not that nigga and you're not that rich. Trying to stun on everybody with them white folks. Finally got the right.
Oh, there's some wild bars in this, but T.I.'s coming. T.I.'s coming now. Let's break some of this down.
Only our people that you find to be. To me, you just a small man in a big shell. Bitch made ass nigga need pigtails. You take no issue with them white boy. It's only our people that you find to be an eyesore.
You take no issue with them white boys. The obvious one that everyone's gonna think about is like 50 is tight with Eminem. Eminem gave 50 his opportunity. I think 50's always going to show love to Eminem and be grateful for that. Do I think that T.I. is dissing Eminem here? No. I think the bigger angle that he's trying to say is that look at the artists that you always tear down. You're not going after white MCs. You're not going after white influencers. Why do you seem to be tearing down our own people, our own culture? You see the angle that he's trying to paint this as?
You take no issue with them white boy. It's only our people that you find to be an eyesore. Duck and smoke, he won't even stand up for a legacy. I guess it cause he see a shit to fight for. Hey, listen.
That's an interesting one right there. Duck and smoke. He won't even stand up for his legacy, right? You know the implication there, because you don't want to do a versus battle. You don't want to take your legacy to the stage and go through your discography. I guess because you don't have shit to fight for, because you don't really have a legacy. What legacy? Oh.
Smoke, he won't even stand up for a legacy.
That's an interesting one, man, because obviously I think one thing we can't deny is the numbers that 50 did when it was 50's time and 50's legacy that he has had. But okay, it feels like the J. Cole questioning Kendrick Lamar and his legacy type of angle in this.
People that you find to be an eyesore. Duck and smoke, he won't even stand up for a legacy. I guess it cause he see a shit to fight for. Hey, listen, man, this shit ain't gonna go how you think it is. Down here we'll strip you out that shit, leave you with rabbit ears. And you ain't the only one with grime before you had a deal. You think you special, end up somewhere pushing daffodils.
You ain't the only one who grimy before you had a deal. You ain't the only one from the streets. I'm gonna tell you like it is. I'm gonna talk to you from the streets, right? You're not the only one who came from the bottom, who came from the mud and made it. What, do you have an asterisk next to your name? This is an angle from T.I.
Only one with grime before you had a deal. You think you special, end up somewhere pushing daffodils. Nigga, you got less talent, you're less attractive, more average, you ain't got more.
You got less talent, you're less attractive. I've not heard that in a minute. You're not as attractive as me. I'm a good looking man. Look at you, blockhead.
We're pushing daffodils. Nigga, you got less talent, you're less attractive, more average, you ain't got more motion, you just moving where it let traffic. You moved out.
You're more average. You're more so average. You ain't got no motion. You just move where there's less traffic, right? You prey on the weak. You pick the easy fights. You move where there's less collisions, less happening. Interesting. I like that flip off of the motion, moving where there's less traffic. You ain't got no waves. You ain't got no motion. That's a nice bar.
You're less attractive, more average. You ain't got more motion. You just moving where it let traffic. You moved out where it rapping and it gave you a DMX package.
You moved out the way of rapping and it gave you that DMX package because DMX got into movies like Cradle to the Grave, right? Belly. All those classic DMX paychecks and movies for acting. That's what he's saying 50's doing, right? But hey, rest in peace to X, man.
You ain't that savage, nigga. You 5-0 dispatch. Oh,
that's an interesting name flip right there. 5-0. 5-0 for 50 Cent, but in this case, he's 5-0. The police he's dispatching.
You a DMX pack. You ain't that savage, nigga. You 5-0 dispatch. Oh, Tenor did, nigga, all mad. Could Puff let your bitch have it. Gave her tartar sauce and mustard like a fish sandwich.
Gave her tartar sauce and mustard like a fish sandwich, right? Fish has been likened to smelling like, are we going down there? But obviously, he's talking about 50's Daphne Joy, his baby mama, to one of his kids. Rick Ross has used this against 50. It's been used as angles, right? There was a little bit in the Squatters' Rights freestyle nodding to this, alluding to this from Fabulous as well. Talking about Daphne Joy saying that she was at the Diddy freak-offs. Things were happening, right? 50's baby mama is connected to Puff, and we all know all the news around Puff. We know the Diddy documentary on Diddy, so this is an interesting flipping angle from that side.
Gave you a DMX pack. You ain't that savage, nigga. You 5-0 dispatch. Oh, Tenor did, nigga, all mad. Could Puff let your bitch have it. Gave her tartar sauce and mustard like a fish sandwich. And goddamn it, if this nigga want drama, I'm not landing. Once it's up, I'm not landing.
If you want drama, I'm not landing. I never thought I would hear T.I. drop a Knots Landing bar. Knots Landing was a popular drama TV series. Come on now, out in L.A.
And goddamn it, if this nigga want drama, I'm not landing. Once it's up, I'm not landing. Truces is outlanding. Cause you're not that nigga and you're not that rich. Trying to stun on everybody with them white folks. Finally got the right.
You're not that rich. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, and then he came back to that angle again on.
And you're not that rich. Trying to stun on everybody with them white folks. Finally got the right one.
Trying to stun on everybody with them white folks. You see, again, the way that T.I. is trying to position this battle, trying to portray this, right? 50 essentially is turning his back on his own people and his own culture. It's a big angle that T.I. is trying to exploit here, and he's trying to push forward.
Roll some, light one, that's alright then. We'll have them for the night come. I don't like guns. I walk up on them knife some. Think he Tyson. Nigga, you ain't tough as my son. Ain't no fear here. Bitch, I'm a.
You ain't tough as my son, right? T.I. son, king. He was popping off on 50. He had some shit to say after 50 was posting that unflattering picture of T.I.'s wife, taking it to the gram, 50 being trolly 50, but he's bringing family into it. He's getting family involved, and obviously T.I.'s gonna feel a type of way about that.
Think he Tyson. Nigga, you ain't tough as my son. Ain't no fear here. Bitch, I'm a king and you a duck. You got no peer here. With smoke, you get your fair share.
King to a duck, you just an animal, but all you do is duck smoke and duck everything that's happening.
You wouldn't dare stare me in the eyes and move your dick sucker. Say that shit you say with your thumb. Boy, you's a bitch. Hey, say boo boo, bring your bitch ass outside, play in the street. You ain't no motherfucking gangster, you just pray on the weak. Man, all you do is talk shit and hope it stay on the net. Play detective, catch your killers on some police shit. Grown men making meme, that's a weird ass flick. Kicking nigga while they down, you a sucker for that. Having a moment, hate to let this nigga inch in my life, but I give his ass a case to saw about him mentioning my wife. You hate women, get that why you can't keep one. You can't love them cause from your mama you receive none. Oh no, you rather set fires to houses with babies in them. I got paperwork from niggas in prison, your name is in them. Peter Parker journalism, he saying, I guess I'm Venom. Morals won't break up in them. New Yorkers, you gon' defend them? This your king, huh? He been a victim from the get-go. Murder Inc. pumped his ass full of bullet holes. Cam did him like a hoe on the radio. Took losses from Rick Ross and Fat Joe. Jada spanked that baby thinking it's sweet. Kanye stood up to him, made it first week of defeat. It always happen, too much yapping, niggas slapping your cheeks. So what the fuck you think gon' happen out here playing with me? You got the right one. King!
Okay. Now, you may agree or disagree with T.I.'s angles, but he came correct and he came direct on this. He threw plenty of shots. He came plenty of directions at Fifth. Let's break this down.
Trying to stun on everybody with a man could puff, let your bitch have it. Gave a title sauce that rich. Trying to on them knife son. Think he Tyson. Nigga, you ain't tough at my son. Ain't no fear here. Bitch, I'm a king and you a duck, you got no peer here. With smoke, you get your fair share. You wouldn't dare stare me in the eyes and move your dick sucker. Say that shit you say with your thumb. Boy, you's a bitch. Hey, say boo boo, bring your bitch ass outside, play in the street. You ain't no mother.
Hey, boo boo. Hey, boo, how you doing? He's trolling right there. Makes me think also of Yogi Bear. Hey, boo boo.
With your thumb, boy, you's a bitch. Hey, say boo boo, bring your bitch ass outside, play in the street. You ain't no motherfucking gangster, you just pray on the weak. Man, now
you ain't a gangster, you just pray on the weak. Oh, so we're trying to call out 50's street cred now. Okay.
Do it, talk shit, and hope it stay on the net. Play detective, catching killers on some police shit.
Play detective, catching killers, right? 50 ways to catch a killer. 50's been involved in some documentaries, right? On police tactics used to find serial killers, on unsolved murders. There was that documentary on hip-hop murders as well. Okay.
Talk shit and hope it stay on the net. Play detective, catching killers on some police shit.
Yep.
Grown men making meme, that's a weird-ass flick. Kicking.
Grown men making memes. That's a weird-ass flex because that's all you do. So the whole angle that he's painting here in the greater meta is that you're not street. You don't come outside. You duck smoke. The only way that you want to engage in beef and drama is online, right? You're a sucker, thumbing through things. Everything you do is moving on the net, and then you pick the easiest battles and people to prey on. See all the angles and the way he's setting this up?
Killers on some police shit.
What he's really trying to do here, he's trying to goad 50, right? He knows he's got a little bit of an uphill battle here because 50 hasn't really shown in recent years that he's willing to step into the booth to take it to wax. He's more than happy to just troll on the internet and to do what 50 does behind the scenes on shit, right? So I feel like T.I. is just throwing everything, throwing all the angles at him, just throwing fucking mud at the wall, just seeing what might hit and might stick so that he can get 50 in the booth and progress this.
Grown men making meme, that's a weird ass flick. Kicking nigga while they down.
Like he's almost like trying to dare him, isn't he? He's really trying to goad him. Get in the booth.
You a sucker for that. Having a moment, hate to let the nigga inch in my life, but I give his ass a case to solve about a mentioning my wife.
I give his ass a case to solve, right? He wants to make all these documentaries on solving cases. Here's one. Mention my wife again, watch what happens. I get that. I get that tip.
Hate to let the nigga inch in my life, but I give his ass a case to solve about a mentioning my wife.
Yep.
You hate women, get that why you can't keep one. You can't love.
So then he takes that, right? So you take the insult on you. You take the diss. You flip it back on him. He starts responding about his wife. And then he goes, what's the real root of this? You coming after me and my woman. Is it because you can't keep a woman? Because your mama didn't love you? Because you never felt that, so you have a thing against women? Why you got all these BMs? Why ain't you got that day one?
It's all about a mentioning my wife. You hate women, get that why you can't keep one. You can't love them, cause from your mama you receive none. Oh no, you rather set fires to house it with babies in them. I got
set fires that I've not heard that angle used on Fifth in a minute, man. Right? There's this story. I'm going to find it. I'm going to clap this in. I'm going to pull it up. But it's a really interesting one from back in the day. That 50 like set fire to his Long Beach house. Sorry, I said that wrong. What am I doing? Allegedly by 50's own baby mama at the time. She said that 50 had the house set on fire with 50's kids in it. That it was a way to get back at her. That's what she alleged. It was never followed through. There was never an investigation. 50 was never charged with anything. So let's get that out of the way. But T.I. obviously, he's digging. He's digging for any skeletons, right? So he's going to take that. He's going to take that story, and it doesn't matter if it's gone to court or anything's happened with it. He's just going to take that and use that in his arsenal against 50, right? Because it is there.
You receive none. Oh no, you rather set fires to house it with babies in them. I got paperwork from niggas in prison. Your name is in them. Peter.
I got paperwork in prison. Your name is in them. This feels like T.I. getting out on the 50 angle of 50 calling T.I. a snitch. So T.I. is turning around and going, who's the real snitch here?
Parker journalism, he's saying. I guess I'm Venom. Morals won't.
Peter Parker journalism. I guess I'm Venom because I'm the villain to Spider-Man. Versus Eddie Brock was an actual journalist, whereas Peter Parker was a freelance journalist who just covered himself and covered Spider-Man, where Eddie Brock was trying to tear down actual stories. Am I diving too deep into that bar? Maybe I am, but hey, it flies.
In prison, your name is in them. Peter Parker journalism, he saying. I guess I'm Venom. Morals won't break up in them. New Yorkers, you gon' defend them? This your king, huh?
New Yorkers, you gonna defend him? This is the king of New York. This man once claimed he was the king of New York.
He been a victim from the get-go. Murder Inc. pumped his ass full of bullet holes.
He's been a victim from a get-go. What an angle that is. Right? That's like the Jadakiss checkmate bar. Since when is it cool to get shot and not shoot back? And trolling 54 getting shot and not doing anything about it, right? This is more of that street angle that Tip is taking here.
He been a victim from the get-go. Murder Inc. pumped his ass full of bullet holes.
And then he's attributing it to Murder Inc. Right? We did full coverage on this story of 50 getting shot, getting hit up, his clash with Kenneth Supreme McGriff, the song that got him in trouble with Ghetto Quran, his run-ins with the Preem team, but obviously they were tied and they were close with Murder Inc. And 50 always stuck by it was Murder Inc. who fed them the information for the hit on 50's movements and kept an eye on 50. And it dates back to that beef with Ja Rule. So Tip is tapping into that. Again, he's trying to get under 50's skin because he knows that there's one thing that obviously is an angle against 50 that people have used to try to emotionally rouse 50. It's 50 getting shot. It's his long-standing, long-tenured beef and drama with Ja Rule and Murder Inc. And that's a sore spot for 50 because obviously he could have died from that situation, but he's still here.
He been a victim from the get-go. Murder Inc. pumped his ass full of bullet holes. Cam did him like a hoe on the radio.
Oh, that's an interesting one, right? A.G. Martinez, Hot 97, man. Wasn't that when Styles P called in too, right? Fifth was just being Fifth. Styles P called in first. And basically, Fifth said that Koch Labels, which is what Cam was with, his distribution at the time, Koch Labels was a graveyard for artists. And that pissed Cam off. And then Cam called in and Cam just went haywire. He went so bad on live radio, Angie had to cut him off. Right? So that is what Tip is alluded to here, that Cam was just firing off at 50 on the radio.
Pumped his ass full of bullet holes. Cam did him like a hoe on the radio. Took losses from Rick Ross and Fat Joe.
I don't agree with those. I don't agree with those necessarily. You can tell me how you feel about things, but obviously, again, this is what Tip is going to do. He's going to try to get under 50's skin. He's going to try to throw him off. He's going to use whatever angle he can against him. It's a diss at the end of the day, right? 50 Cent, the long-standing feud with Officer Ricky, right? Also, the feud with Fat Joe, and that all originated because Fat Joe appeared in Ja Rule's New York video, was a part of that song, and that started that beef. 50 and Fat Joe are cool now. 50 says he wish he didn't waste time. He's actually cool with Jadakiss too. He's actually pretty cool with Killer Cam as well, right? So he's cool with all these people, but T.I. is still saying at the time, all these people, they washed you.
Like a hoe on the radio. Took losses from Rick Ross and Fat Joe. Jada spanked that baby thinking it's sweet. Kanye.
I do agree with that one now, okay? Jadakiss, Jada was nice. Checkmate was nice. The Locks, they had some disses on Fit. Hey, Jada brought it.
Stood up to him, made it first week of defeat. It always happened, too much yapping, sweet. Kanye stood up to him, made it first week of defeat.
Kanye stood up to him as well, because he's just a bully. He preys on the weak. Kanye stood up. That was the great run. That was Curtis versus Graduation. And Graduation definitely beat out Curtis. And Graduation marked like a key change, man. That was huge, I think, because Lupe was rising at the time. Kanye, everybody kind of wanted to model. Cudi came out after that. Like, Kanye really signaled a huge turn within hip-hop in the mainstream. And the industry made changes and started favoring more conscious hip-hop at the time. And more of those lyricists instead of like this street gangster imagery of 50 Cent. That's a deep dive and worth a video for another day. But anyways, I'm getting off topic here, but he is talking facts. Kanye's Graduation, that was like great heavyweight versus great heavyweight. And both of them leaned into it, right? Fifth leaned into it. Kanye leaned into it. They set it up like this big duel off to see who would outsell who. And Kanye won that battle.
Like a hoe on the radio. Took losses from Rick Ross and Fat Joe. Jada spanked that baby thinking it's sweet. Kanye stood up to him, made it first week of defeat. It always happened, too much yapping, niggas slapping your cheeks. So what the fuck you think gonna happen out here playing with me? You got the right one.
Out here slapping your cheeks, right? You just popping off, basically.
So what the fuck you think? Week mark of defeat. It always happen, too much yapping, nigga slapping your cheeks. So what the fuck you think gon' happen out here playing with me? You got the right one. King!
And I take it as slapping your cheeks. You gonna get slapped around, right? But it's not gonna be like a woman slap. We gonna take it to the streets if you keep playing around on my name, right? For me, there's that underscore street talk from Tip. Yeah, he came a number of different ways at 50. It's going to be really interesting to see how 50 responds to this. Again, 50's in that comfortable shell right now. He's got so much going on. I think he's happy to continue trolling. He'll probably just troll this online. But I'd love to see 50 get in the booth, man. I would love to see this stay on wax. Let's put that first and foremost. One, I'd love to see it on wax. Two, I'd love to see this culminate in a versus battle. I'm a huge fan of Tip. I'm a huge fan of 50 Cent. Honestly, for me, this is nostalgia here. These are two hip-hop legends that I love listening to, that I love coming up with. Yeah, man, we'll see where we go from here. But anyways, T.I., you're Knox Hill certified. Hope you guys like today's video. Listen, if you're here at the end, what are you doing? Support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. It all helps. It all goes a long way. Also, you like the hat that I'm wearing. You like the hoodie that I'm wearing. KnoxHillMusic.com. Go cop your merch. We got hats. We got shirts. We got hoodies. Everything you need if you want to rep the brand, if you want to support. Also, if you want to come see me live, I'm coming to the UK. US dates are going to be announced as well, so stay tuned. But if you want your chance to see me in concert, I'll put all links down there. As always, stay safe, stay positive. Take care of this, take care of this. You know I'll catch you again.